Up YouTube and welcome back to a new video with Rams fan YT. In today's video, we are doing the live watch along. It's a live stream. It's a 6-pointer. It's Coventry versus Middlesbrough, a proper Clash of Titans affair. In this one, it's at the CBS Arena tonight. Monday night Championship football. Love it or hate it, we're all here for it at the moment. And we're going to go through the team news before we get started. Coventry City are operating in a 4-2-3-1. Frank Lampard's men have got Carl Rushworth in goal, a back four of Josh De Silva, Latte Buderi in centre-back, partnering Thomas and Van Uwijk on the right wing. A holding midfield two of Matt Grimes, who's captain, former Swansea man, of course, and Onyeka. And front three of Efron, Ridoni, and Sakamoto, with Haji Wright up top. Middlesbrough playing a very traditional 4-4-2 is Hellberg's men, with Brain in goal, Callum Britton as the right back, Luke Ayling and Malanda in the centre defence, and Matt Targett as left back. Midfield four is Brown, Aidan Morris, Hayden Hackney is a captain, and McGree is out on the left. A front two of former Derby Academy player Morgan Whittaker and Conway in number 9, who has been on fine form of late. 4 goals in the last 4 games for the Englishman. Absolute sterling statistics, including 2 of them, I believe, coming recently in that game of when Middlesbrough pressed North End 4-0. The benches for the 2 team for Coventry, they've got Ben Wilson, Jake Bidwell, Liam Kitching, Wolfenden, Romain Esse, Josh Eccles, Victor Torp, Ellis Sims, and Mark Aelo. In terms of for Middlesbrough, you've got former Derby goalkeeper Wild Smith, who came in from West Brom in January, Munro, Fry, Hansen, Sarmiento, Gilbert, Strelec, Ibe, and Kelly Sini. Let me know your score predictions. Hi to Jack is Goofy. I hope you are enjoying yourself. It is also my birthday today, but I'm thinking what better way to spend it than watching these 2 sides take each other on. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff here. In last week's predictions video, I said that Coventry gets back to winning ways, 2-0 here. I mean, Middlesbrough are impeccably good at the moment, winning every week, it seems. 2 points now above Coventry, who've had a bit of a turbulent few weeks, it's fair to say, but they're still relatively decent at home. So it's very much worth saying that it could well be a home win. I think in terms of, do we have a... in terms of bookies, I believe it's saying that a draw seems to be the most obvious case scenario, which fair enough. I mean, 2 very different styles of football, but both clearly have had very productive results of late. Yes, I mean, we're coming close. We've got the ad break before the game at the moment, which I'm watching it along on ITV. Obviously, it's also on Sky tonight, so the Sky main event. And I think it's also on Now TV, but I don't pay packages for money. I prefer to go to actual matches on the weekends, non-league games. And when I can, I'll do some live watch-alongs if it's on a Freeview channel, you know, the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, something along that line. But it seems to be ITV who've managed to get a few Golden Championship games so far this season. I mean, plenty of players to look out for in these 2 teams. I would certainly suggest players that I'd be hoping for a bit of a better performance than maybe the last few weeks is De Silva and Haji Wright for Coventry. For Middlesbrough. Well, I mean, I don't know too much about Bryn, to be honest, Solomon Bryn, but I don't think he's been too bad. It's one of the ones we've actually had a very good team at the moment, so it's very hard to judge against any of them. Alan Brown, I suppose, have had a couple of off games, but still very decent. Yes, I mean, both of these two teams at one point were in the Premier League within the last 20 years or so, and both have sort of had highs and lows since. I mean, Coventry plunged to the depths of League Two under their former owners of Sisu, who are now on their rise under Doug King. Middlesbrough, well, they've had a bit more stability, less spread about their owners, the better, in my opinion. Not a huge fan of Middlesbrough's owner, of course. Try to take everything from Derby, if you will. But they look like they're going to get their just rewards at the moment as we look at CBS Arena, a very full CBS Arena as well, formerly known as the Rico. I mean, I've often referred to it as the Rico over the years. Frank Lampard doing a good job in the Championship, it must be said. We've so far just got a really odd. Okay, so we've got screen. Okay, we've got team news, but I literally just went through them, so there's no point in me really treading over the past there. You can literally go back about 2 minutes and see what the team news is. Romain Esse, to be fair, on the bench, he was really good in the Championship not that long ago. So looking forward to that. And Luke Hayling, I think, is former Leeds as well. So bit of that strength there. Hackney obviously stayed around despite heavy Premier League interest over the January window. So I'm sure Middlesbrough will be absolutely delighted about that. Middlesbrough playing in their home kit of red. Coventry, obviously, the home team in sky blues. Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting. We are due kick off any second now, to be honest. Well, there's some sort of chanting going on. I think they're singing by the looks of it. I don't know what Coventry's walkout music is actually, but clearly everyone is just a bit delighted about it. It's always good to see Coventry's stadium back to having lots of fans. Not many empty seats there at all today, which, yeah, absolutely great to see. Coventry will be the team kicking us off here as they going right to left. They're all pretty much going to the line there. They're very much going to be an attacking start, maybe even go back to the goalkeeper. Yep. They've gone back to Rushworth as their first kick of the game, who will then probably pump it downfield. Yep. It's gone on the far side, but it's headed comfortably away from Middlesbrough for a throw in for Coventry, which Van Uwick, who is very well known for doing long throws. I was there when Coventry played Derby at home early on the season and won 5-3, and he was a constant threat from these balls. So it's a crowded penalty area and a long throw in, headed down Hackney, trying to hack it away. It's battle between, okay, somehow De Silva's won that. He's managed to win his duel versus Morgan Whittaker. And they're switching play now, Coventry. Bright start for the home side. Just a bit too much on that. Middlesbrough trying to play themselves out of danger, and Coventry pick it up again in the midfield. Very much instantly attacking everything. And Rushworth supplied a bit on pressure there and a very pass, to be honest, but it's thankfully found his man for Coventry. De Silva is now powering it down at the wing, cuts in field, and it's all the way over out to the other side with Sacramento. He's going to try and get a cross in. It's headed up, hit the post. There, I think it was more meant to be a cross, but it's hit the post. That will be the first effort today in the game, but still attacking Coventry very well. Poor ball, to be honest. But it was a very good move initially from Sacramento on the far side. He's whipped across in. Everyone's gone heading for it. It's hit the post. I don't think anyone expected it necessarily to creep so far. The goalkeeper was certainly a bit late to it. Yeah, a very exciting early move there by Coventry. Haji Wright couldn't. Who was trying to reach for follow-up. Sacramento trying to get it. No, it wasn't. It was Rodoni, I think, who's picked that up. It's gone all the way back to Rushworth in goal, on loan from Brighton for the season. Coventry will be hoping to retain him for the duration of the season. Now, Middlesbrough have got possession and not like a foul, but no, wave on, says the ref, and Coventry are coming in attack here. Sacramento has it on the far side. Tried for cross, but I think it's blocked by McGree. But yet again, Coventry doing enough job, but it wasn't a great ball in the end. Well dealt with by Ayling, just chesting it back to his keeper. Never in doubt, the experienced man. I think he is from Yorkshire, to be fair. And Middlesbrough now have possession. Getting heavily pressed by Lampard's men at the moment, but they're still coming forward. They're doing nice passing here, and they're out on the far side. There are men arriving in the box, and surely, going around a ground pass, and that was poor, to be honest. Middlesbrough have it about 30 yards out with Hackney. It's come out to the near side. Hackney back with it again. But slowly regressing backwards. Trying with a lock here. The cross comes in. It looked like it, but it wasn't great. And Hackney's had to play slightly further backwards to try and recycle possession here. Options, quick sort of incisive 1-2 touch passing at the moment. Morgan Whittaker's got it here, and he's gone for a shot, and it's gone over the bar. Obviously, when Morgan Whittaker left Derby, he was but a lad and went to Plymouth, I think it was. He never really lit it up with Derby, but since leaving, he has been a very good championship player. And that wasn't actually too far over. There was a hell of a hook on it, hooking away really and over the top. I think Elsnick can be happy that his sides managed to make a move, and Coventry's gone long here. And it's with McGree challenging against Van Nieuwijk. He's kicked it behind and it's up, but Coventry can deal with that quite well. A bit of a battle in midfield, and it's ultimately who wins that one, I think, will be the ultimate winner of this game, to be honest. Both teams very dominant in attacking senses. A lot of pressure applied, obviously, by Coventry. De Silva's with it now and opts to take a defensive pass. You can see Coventry are almost playing like a Premier League team in some senses already. You see similar sort of patterns of play I've seen when I've seen Premier League teams play, with comfortable keeping hold of possession and then pressing in the offensive. Haji Wright trying to challenge aerially there with Luke Ayling, but Luke Ayling was always going to get to it, to be honest. And got a chance to start again. Haji Wright is instantly applying pressure and has touched it out, I believe, for a throw. It was Mason Clark, rather, with all that work. My bad. With that, I think... yes, very good performances at the moment for both teams, to be honest. It's definitely a cracker. Callum Britton will be taking this throw in. That's a good throw, actually. But Luke Haling's got it very, very deep at the moment. There's 3 men. Oh, that's a poor loose pass, and it's a shot deflected up, and deflected round, and Coventry in a really threatening position here right now. Oh, that was poor. De Silva should have been probably trying to stretch out to get that. Mason Clark it was. We're trying to poke it behind us. Oh, it's running in field here, and there's calls for a foul, but Sacramento have come away with it. He's not got much support though, just mainly. Oh, that's surely a hack behind. Yeah, Sacramento has been fouled by McGee, and they've taken it really quickly here. Across comes in Sacramento, shot by Haji Wright, deflected behind. McGee comes away with it, and McGee's going to make a run, but it's sliced out again, and Coventry will put another frontal assault here in the far side at the moment. And Middlesbrough are closing a lot of them down and have come away with possession here. Hackney has it now. In the field it goes. Utilising every player on the pitch so far, I think, has had a touch pretty much. And it has gone behind, I think, for a throw-in for Coventry. Very exciting for the home side for the last couple of minutes, it must be said. It was very much unexpected almost, I would suggest. Hooved down long downfield, but it's gone all the way to the Middlesbrough's goalkeeper, to be honest. Not going to be able to assault a frontal attack like that. It's gone short to Luke Ayling, who's now opting to go long. But yeah, I mean, completely just found a Coventry man in space. But pickpocketed possession there. That was not a good move, really, in my opinion. Should have released the ball much, much quicker at the Coventry lad. The number 6. Not too sure that. Wow, Coventry have now just picked up possession by a poor loose ball, really. De Silva has it now, going near side, and we'll get it back. Complicated 1-2, and he's taken across as De Silva. Oh, his foot is heading in. Haji Wright's taken a poor touch there. The player I can't remember the name of, number 22, tried to clear, but it's foul. Onyeka is furious about that decision, but it was, I would argue, very much the case. Yeah, is that a foul? Are we looking at the replay? Sorry, the thing. De Silva's done a deft touch there, but he's just not managed to quite find it. His poor touch in the end. It's, yeah, I think it's Haji Wright's just gone. Onyeka rather's just gone in the back. Not great from that regard. Hackney has it now in midfield, looping it far forward. It was a great pass in the end, actually, utilising all options in Middlesbrough here. A through ball, but it's gone behind. McGree cannot quite find his man in that one with Matt Target, I think, was trying to be the target for it. Matt Target passes it, lays off from McGree. I mean, he wasn't actually offside there. Would have been onside was the on-rushing player, but yeah, too much pace on it. Just went straight out, to be honest. Rushworth takes a long punt downfield. All a bit challenging at the moment going forward. And Middlesbrough got space to run in here. It's a 3 versus 3 situation. It's recovered well, blocked well actually, by Coventry, and that's got to be a foul. It is indeed. But yeah, Middlesbrough looking dangerous on the quick attacks there. It was just a beautifully weighted ball forward. It's just the pace was just a bit too much. I mean, trying to find Whittaker to poke it behind, it's very much a typical Middlesbrough goal that we've seen this season. It's happened time and time again. Whittaker just sliding in. But so far, close but no cigar for both teams at the moment, which I can probably count themselves a bit lucky in a sense. Both teams have had great chances as well. Certainly not a dull game by any stretch of imagination. Luke Ayling's got it now. Let me just go to Britain. That's a very heavy pass for a very short distance, but it is dealt with completely fine by Middlesbrough. I think it's very much rare nowadays that you see just such pace going through midfield. I mean, the number 9 is coming incredibly deep for Middlesbrough and wide. I mean, they got it again now. Callum Britton laying it off to Whittaker, who's basically in his defensive third at this point. They come very deep. Sliding in, interception by Van Uwijk. Good job too as well. For it may have just found his man there. I don't know why I've got to zoom in on Peyton Hagen. I don't know if he was the one which did that through ball or what, but it just seems absolutely ridiculous why we're zooming in on him at the moment. I mean, he's come away with possession, and that's surely a foul from behind. No, says the ref. And that one will be given as I think it's Connolly who's down there. Just a couple of reckless challenges there by Coventry. Just need to stay on their feet, to be honest, in that position. It's taken basically backwards by Hackney. Middlesbrough working it well at the moment with Luke Ayling in centre back, and he's going to go really long and lifted pass. Van Uwijk needs to be careful here. Gree's got it. I think he's not gone out as well. Van Uwijk has managed to track back. I don't think that went out, you know. A very belated goal kick has been given. I don't think that went out, you know. I think McGree has a right to be a bit frustrated about that. I thought that was just about in. The Uwijk didn't think it was, but he's obviously going to say that. Was it offside? I don't know, but it wasn't taken by the goalkeeper in where a goal kick would be anyway. Loose ball, which McGree gets. Some of the passing has not been as precision as we would maybe like, either side would like in this game. And it's deflected behind by Haji Wright. Seems to have a bandage on his arm of sorts. Not quite sure why. Obviously, doesn't seem to be impeding his game play in any way. I mean, you wouldn't think so, assuming you don't use your hands in football, but, you know, well, apart from throw-ins, but he doesn't take the throw-ins, so. Middlesbrough just dispossessed there, and it's gone out for a throw-in for Middlesbrough. It will be taken by Brown. Oh, no, it won't. It looked like he was going to take it, and then he just dropped it behind him for whoever is going to take it, which I would be assuming is McGree in this position. 67% possession so far for Middlesbrough. I mean, for an away team, that's a lot of possession at the moment. Not a lot with it done at the moment, though, and often losing it like that. Thomas Asante has managed to keep possession, but only just really. I mean, it's with Rushworth at the moment in the D, outside the penalty area. Hooked forward, tried to be headed on, but couldn't quite direct it. Just because of the tempo of the game, so much dispossessing, really. Lovely through ball there, but it's going to just go out for a goal kick. I mean, it's just too much pace on it, but I like the intention. It was a good attacking move, to be honest. Rushing through now. There's definitely an option here by Mason Clark. I think it is. He's got his trickery. He's going to take a shot. Deflected behind for a corner. great piece of move. Melanda is protesting violently that it's not come off him, but I don't entirely sure how he's claiming that. I think it's fairly obvious for me that it's come off him. Yeah, I mean, it's gone off him. Like, I don't know what he's protesting about. Yeah, there is no protest there at all. Sacramento to take the corner kick. I think it's second corner kick for Coventry of the game. It's going to be a right tussle here. It's gone short instead. Interesting choice. Headed up. It's always dangerous. Sacramento has gone rolling on the floor there like he's been shot. Not sure that was a great move. Van Newick is on the wrong side. De Silva, rather. So I know he's not on the wrong side, but it's back in goal with Rushworth, the backup centre-back at the moment, who I'm not too familiar with the name of because obviously I don't have the team sheet directly in front of me when I'm commentating on these. A long lifted ball over, trying to find Mason Clark, but Callum Britton heads it behind. It will be taken by De Silva quickly. De Silva comes back with it with some close 1-2s. Oh, come on. It's gone over. Oh, no. Right. Sacramento is trying to close down. I think Britton's managed to get it to come off Sacramento there. Which could be quite lucky, to be honest. It's Latta Baderi, by the way, one which I have no idea who it was. But a throw in for Middlesbrough then in a defensive position. The Middlesbrough player is making it look like he's pregnant because someone is down injured. I think it's McGree, holding just before between his groin and his thigh. Really, I'm not too sure. I think it's sort of his upper quads, maybe. Obviously, not a great sign. I think it's the number 9 for Middlesbrough actually has gone down injured, which would be Conway, which wouldn't be great for Middlesbrough at the moment because obviously he's been a huge attacking threat at the moment of the game. Can we not see this? I mean, we don't necessarily need to see so much about the ins and outs of determining what is wrong with this injured player. But, you know, it's going to be a lengthy period of stoppage, minute or two, I would suggest. So obviously having to make some warm-ups because of that. So it would be most likely, who would be a logical replacement here? I'm not too sure, you know. I mean, he looks all right. He's up on his feet and seems to be moving all right, is Conway. But throwing in the defensive half then for Boro. Step up throw. It's a very long throw, but not a direct one per se. So much heavy touches in this game so far. Bit of aerial duel. It's brought down, and Haji Wright somehow got that there. Sacramento doing some turning. Very decent play altogether. Cross comes in, and it's a goal. And that is a goal for Coventry City. Haji Wright with the goal. Absolutely crisp play. Fantastic play altogether. Sacramento twisting, and he's the one which a lot of people are crediting for doing well with that regards. Obviously, Haji Wright was the one who put it behind to get a goal, but you know, I think Sacramento will probably take the credit. He's pressed there early on. It's he's somehow he's received it back from Haji Wright. He's twisted, like he's done a turn, a fantastic turn. He's passed it to the number 5 for Coventry. And it's just a tap in there for Haji Wright. So it was just really his poor goalkeeping That's poor goalkeeping, to be honest. Should be doing really much better in that, the Middlesbrough goalkeeper. Just looking at that replay, it's just come off his foot, to be honest. And yeah, not great. But 1-0 to Coventry on the 21st minute. Still a long way to go in this game, but it's certainly a healthy advantage to have so far. And that's a chopping in challenge. He did get the ball, but it is going to be the first yellow card of the game. Matt Targett, is it? No, Matt Targett's the one who's protesting. I can tell you that it was Onyeka who was the one who went absolute tumbling. In the book is Aidan Morris, former Cardiff man, I believe. He loved a yellow card in his career. So 1-0 and a free kick to be taken by Matt Grimes. Redoni, by the way, is a number 5 for Coventry. He's involved with everything, isn't he? Great position, actually, to have a free kick that's actually well collected by the Middlesbrough goalkeeper, and a bit of interference between Wright and the goalkeeper there, to be honest. I mean, he was right up with it, and a bit of needle in this game already. You can see just how much for 3 points means to both of these two teams in this one. I mean, the whole midfield is all just really scrappy in this. And Sacramento comes away with it, but dispossessed, and now Hackney has it. Forward it goes. Whittaker on the wings. He's cutting in field. Great opportunity. He's crossed it, but it's cleared behind. Very good for, well, it's cleared actually sideways for a throw in. But it was good job too. Hackney crossing it in again. It's all a bit loose here at the moment. Oh, it seemed to. I mean, he's gone down like he's been absolutely killed. I think he might have been stepped on as Mason Clark there by Whittaker. 4 shots to Coventry to the 1 of Middlesbrough. That's more of a stat which will be of importance, and there's only been 1 shot on target all game, and that is one which resulted in the goal for Coventry. I'm sure Frank Lampard is somewhat happy with his team's performance so far, but maybe would like a bit more control of the ball, although both teams have been a bit sloppy with that regard. It's all a bit aerial at the moment, as it goes all the way back to Rushworth in goal, who's pinging it long, trying to find a man, but Luke Ayling, the dominant air Easter, will get it. Redoni somehow come away with it there and has tumbled, but no foul says from ref from Whittaker, and then Redoni has gone into the back of Whittaker in the follow-up. And Redoni is not very happy about that. He was adamant that he was fouled to begin with, that it should have gone the other way around. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, he's just been muscled out really by Whittaker when he's just had an absolute mad reaction. He's not even attempted to get the ball, to be honest. Ridiculous decision for me by Redoni, not by the ref. The ref made the right call there. And now Middlesbrough have a chance to attack, but the pass is yet again cut out. A lot of good interceptions so far in this game. You can argue the midfield have done their job. Sacramento passing it forward and outstretching right. Can't quite get there, to be honest. Mason Clark, is it? I think it was outstretching, and he's pushing it forward. I mean, it's not. I mean, good sort of possession play. Maybe that's a cruncher of a tackle. When I think it has just gone absolutely sliding in. He's got a yellow card. Absolutely ridiculous decision making there. He was never going to get the ball. It's gone absolutely sliding in. Flipping it. Onyeka with a yellow card now. Yeah, that was, for me, quite a confusing decision. Couple of really stupid challenges to get yellow cards for. It's like, if you remember playing FIFA, when you sort of do a slide tackle because you don't know what other button to tackle with back in the day, and you've ended up just getting a yellow card because you've done some reckless challenges. Well, that's that. Maybe you still play like that. I mean, I did the other night when I was playing a bit of FIFA 15 with my cousin, who is, interestingly enough, both a Coventry and a Liverpool fan. But I'm sure he'll be happy with Coventry's performance thus far. Luke Ayling has it now. Out wide it goes to Whittaker. Plays it short to Hackney, who's now running all the way back. Trying to claim a foul there by Mason Clark. I think there has been something given. There's a whole sort of hoo-ha about it. The referee needs to get a stamp of authority on this at the moment. It's getting quite scrappy. Hackney's taking it very quickly and sort of sideways backwards. Bit of physicality there shown by Hadjite, and yet another free kick given. It's come very, very scrappy and needly. It's against Aidan Morris, I think. Luke Ayling with it now. And it's just still getting a bit pushed at the moment. Looking a bit scrappy of late. Which is not obviously what we want to see. I don't mind strong tackles, but when it just gets a bit scrappy and so many free kicks, it's just not ideal. Redoni flicking it on, but into the arms or hands of the onrushing, grateful Bryn for Middlesbrough. Passed out to Luke Ayling. Booted downfield by Britton there. Headed down. It's all a bit. That midfield battle is really. It's one of the most combative midfield battles I've seen in a while. Mason Clark's running into the penalty area here. He's gone for a shot and dragged it just wide. Wasn't the greatest shot in the world, but I can see why he tried it. To be honest. Was Redoni yet again passing it forward. I mean, he's gone into the penalty area. He's just got it past Ayling, but it's not gone on target. There wasn't enough. I can see he was trying to curl it into the back corner, but didn't have the right whip and curl on it in the end. It is going to be absolutely offside. I don't even understand. It's such a silly decision that why they've flagged that so late. Yes, it was Morgan Whittaker who strayed offside there. A very thoughtful pondering by Frank Lampard at the moment. Half an hour in, he's 1-0 to the goods. And yeah, certainly been looking more likely to get a second at the moment. Middlesbrough haven't actually really challenged Rushworth at all at the moment. As I was saying, Coventry have done well at home at present. Onyeka on the wings, trying to release Mason Clark. Too much of a heavy ball, and that will go up behind for a goal kick. Yes, some good play at the moment. Good sliding in there. Sacramento can't quite do the best, and that'll be another free kick. Conway giving that one away. He's just gone sort of behind his man. Was it Onyeka who went down this time? It's been a real bit of a scrappiness to it. It's none of the cleanest tackles I've seen in the game. I think sometimes, you're playing the occasion almost in this regard. It's a good opportunity for a free kick here, actually. It's a decent enough distance to... It's headed up, headed on, and... Oh! It's all a bit of aerial mismatch and cleared away. Ultimately, only to Coventry's back line. It's all the way back to Rushworth now, who punts it all the way downfield. Headed on, but who the flip is number 4 there? Alien's gone flying, claiming that it's a blatant free kick. He's not even got his shoe on. He's pointing to his bare foot. I mean, not sure what happened there. It was between Mason Clark and Ailing. Who knows for certain? Morris comes and reclaims his shoe for him. It was an interesting thing, to say the least. You don't often see shoes coming flying off in these games, do you? And yeah, Ailing's having a bit of a joke with the ref, saying, "Look, how on earth am I having to untie my shoelaces to put the shoe back on? You know, if it wasn't a foul in the first place." Yeah, I mean, right, biting his lip. It's always good to know. Don't know why we're zooming in on Haji Wright at the moment. But Bryn will be taking this free kick just to the right-hand side of his penalty area. On the outside of the penalty area, that is. Hooked up. Headed down. Coventry come away with it again. I would say midfield has marginally been dominated by Coventry at the moment. Neither side have been great. Sacramento goes down. Onyeka is furious. There is looking like potentially a scrap here. Potentially. There's been a bit of an agitation there. McGree's involved. But, yeah, I mean, the referee is very much in danger of losing control of this. Brown is getting a lecture of telling off here. Yeah, Brown just sort of lashed out on Sacramento a bit. McGree and Haji Wright were right. Well, I think McGree was trying to stop Haji Wright going and absolutely levering one to Brown. I mean, would not be surprised if this ends in a brawl. Sacramento's gone to go and receive it on the far side. It's got Brown and Britain, I think, to deal with. It's gone out for... Is that going to be a free kick or a corner? I'm not quite sure what the referee has indicated there. Sacramento has it. He's tried to whip... Oh, he's tried to dummy across there. And Target's just absolutely... Oh, yeah, that's a blatant foul by Matt Target, the former Newcastle man. I think he might be on loan. I'm not sure. Yes, I mean, it's a good position again. It's almost as good as a corner from here. We know how good they've been at set pieces so far. That has gone behind for a corner. Conway, the striker, doing his defensive duties. Rodoni, I think, to take this. It's interesting that Grimes is the one who's doing free kicks, yet Rodoni is the one which seems to be doing corners. That is very, very interesting. A lot of movement in the penalty area by this Lamiteke, or whoever he's called, this centre-back who I think is third choice or something because of a bit of an injury crisis. In a moment for Coventry in the centre-back area. All headed up and past everyone, and that will go out for a goal kick. Smile faces all around. There was a bit of jostling going on, but probably not enough to warrant a free kick or penalty either way, to be honest. Taken quickly by Coventry. Not Coventry, by Middlesbrough, sorry. He's gone long. Somehow found Conway in the gap, but Sacramento's picked his pocket. And Sacramento will be coming forward now to Rodoni, who decides to pass it back to his back three. It basically is in defence at times. because basically whichever wing back seems to be, De Silva doesn't seem to be doing as much running as I would maybe thought he would have been. Grimes with it now, and he's been fouled. I really like Grimes as a player. We need a Grimes in the Derby team. Somebody who just breaks but dictates play, got a wonderful set-piece delivery as well. But obviously we're never going to get Grimes from Coventry, but someone of his ilk, I suppose. So all a bit of pressure being applied now by Middlesbrough. Rushworth's had to lash that far downfield, and Haji Wright will be in a foot race against Masala for it. He's gone all the way back to Middlesbrough's goalkeeper. Taken short-ish. It's going to be all very much defensive play at the moment. Luke Ayling with it. Middlesbrough just can't seem to find a way at the moment to properly get a way back into the game. And Sakamoto has been an absolutely wonderful player in this game. So far, for me, man of the match. He's taken a throw in really quick as well, while Middlesbrough caught napping. There's several players around there, and Coventry have gone down. I think it's Rodoni. I'm not too sure about that. Sakamoto's gone down. It was a tumbling issue between him and Brown. But I think it's gone out for a throw-in, to be honest. Yep. Passes inside final third, by the way. 42 Coventry, 25 to Middlesbrough. I think that does say a lot at the moment. The sort of midfield is being a bit dominated by Coventry. Middlesbrough just can't seem to spread some passes together. Talking about that is a beautiful ball, and Rushworth has just about claimed it. He's right on the edge of his penalty area, but I can see the intention. Morgan Whittaker also could. De Silva with it now. He is surrounded a bit and has been forced into giving away a throw-in. Certainly some interesting things to take away from both teams in this opening half. About 5 minutes from half time, plus obviously a bit of stoppage time, which will be great block by De Silva. It was a flying in header by Whittaker. It was a very good move actually altogether. The head's in, but it's well blocked. It's probably covered by Rushworth as well, to be honest with you in that regard. But Josh De Silva's done all he's needed for defensive wise. It's the one he's kept on the ground in terms of he was outstretched. Corner was taken quickly, and Hackney has it now, finding a pass. Middlesbrough still somewhere with it. It's all a bit of a scramble, and it is ultimately cleared. I'm not sure by who, but I think there was almost everyone in the penalty area for both teams in that regard. So it was very much a everyone manning their station sort of thing, and Coventry's managed to deal with it initially. There is a second attack coming. Across comes Field, but cleared behind by Thomas, who seems to have been stepped on in the back of the heel in the process. He's a bit of a painful one. I mean, Thomas is complaining about this. I mean, it will be a throw-in nevertheless from that target. Sakamoto trying to clear it, but it's gone up for a throw-in off McGree. The time is ticking by very slowly. Maybe for Coventry, they will just be hoping to get this 1-0 slender advantage in at the break. Now, Van Nieuwijk taking the long throw and fast throw as well. It's always a useful weapon to have. He's come back with it here and he's hit it downfield, but it's gone just to Ayling. There's no one really there challenging him. But That is great for a Coventry possessive. Thomas Asante trying to come away with it, but can't quite. Whittaker with it now, with De Silva pushing him behind. So that will be a free kick. No complaints I think De Silva can have in that regard. Luke Ayling with it now. Cross-field pass to target. That's dealt with well by Thomas. It's all the way back to Rushworth in goal, who's hacking it down far the other way of the field. And obviously the target man's trying to get it, but it's a straight at the goalkeeper there, to be honest. Thomas Asante's not done the greatest work, I would suggest, in that regard. He's got it down to begin with. It's just, the shot is just tame, to be honest. Luke Ayling with it now, surveying his options. An option to go short on Masala, who then goes near side with Britton. We'll then go back to Ayling. Great. I mean, what we love to see. Hackney now cuts in field with Brown, I believe it is. Hooked all the way on the far side with Matt Target. He's got plenty of options to look for. He's found Conway. Cutting in field. It's all the way out to the other side this time with Britton. Blocked and then absolutely skied by Britton there. How long has Callum Britton been at Boro now? It feels like a very, very long time. And his follow-up is just not good, to be honest. He's just absolutely hit it all wrong. Yes, I think Coventry will probably take this lead now into the break, to be honest. They'll take their sweet time over this goal kick as well. They've only got a minute and a half of ordinary time to go. Hooked down field. It's a good option as it's headed on by Haji Wright, who's having to close it down. The referee seemed to be bitten away there, but Onyeka still has it. Pass back to Thomas. It's now off with De Silva, who's trying to go with Grimes, but there's sort of got the return. Rushworth with it now, hooking it downfield. Britain dealt with that quite well. It was always the case for me growing up that Middlesbrough were the defensive side. Very well known for the defensive attitude, but their offensive was always the issue. And Conway was involved with a bit of a scrap there. And Coventry have managed to get it as a result. I mean, he had no supporters, really. It was always going to be a difficult situation for him. That is ultimate shithousery there by Rushworth. As Conway was applying a bit of a pressure, he's just picked it up as soon as he comes close. I mean, wasting every bit of time of this remaining half. Flicked up and headed onward by Lakate. Sakamoto, 2 minutes of added time. Hackney's skipped past his marker, and that is in behind for De Silva. That's definitely going to be a free kick. Absolutely ridiculous. That could potentially even mean a free kick. Oh, he has got the ball, to be honest. But he has also got a substantial amount of a player in the process as well. But yes, this final minute and a half of added time now left to go. It's dead in line with a goal, but it's quite far out, to be honest. Almost 35, 40 yards sort of situation. So I think Hackney is going to it's between Hackney and Whittaker who have decided to take this. This would be absolutely ridiculous for a shot. Whittaker lifts the ball up over, headed away by Thomas, I believe that was. It's gone out for a throw in. Do they have anyone in their team who can do a long throw-in? Well, clearly not, because they've gone quick. And it's cleared quite convincingly by Coventry. Hadji Wright making himself a bit of a nuisance there. Oh, one of the players gone down holding his head by looks of it. Head injury, ref. I mean, I would take that with a pinch of salt, to be honest. Okay, he's now stopped it. Rodoni is down holding his head, but I think it's one of them ones. He's just playing for time, surely. Like, Rodoni's he has had a clash of heads. It isn't a general clash of heads, but he's playing also for a bit of time. You know, it's sort of that one's like, it's now going to be a head injury. So you sort of go down and waste a bit of time. I've got medical assistance, but yeah, I mean, liking what you see, Coventry? I'm probably guessing you are. I mean, do we have many Coventry fans or Middlesbrough fans in the chat? If so, let me know your score predictions for full time. How do you think your teams performed? I said at my pre-prediction video 2-0, and I think I'm going to stick with that, to be honest. I can't see why I would want to change that prediction at the moment. Certainly well played by the Sky Blues. Right, Rodoni is now standing up and has gone back to his bench. Drop ball situation, and it's come to Ayling. I mean, he's going to pump this downfield. We've probably got about half a minute left. Conway with it now. I think it is, or is it Target? It might be Target, but Hackney has it either way. Masala selling options as Hackney, and he's gone cross field to Ayling, who's in a very offensive position here. Morgan Whittaker hooked it up over and absolutely flying away, and it's half time, and for some reason Frank Lampard is absolutely pacing it down the tunnel. Who's winning? It's Coventry 1-0 at half time in this game. A very good opening half of football, I think, even for a neutral, to be honest. I think that's fair to suggest. I think definitely the attacking momentum has really all been with Coventry this half. Shall we have a quick sort of... We'll have a check at actually some of the other scores, because there's some really interesting games also going on tonight. Most notably, the Macclesfield game is still 0-0 up against Brentford in the 65th minute. You do feel like Macclesfield could claim this one. And in the National League South, it's still 0-0 between Chelmsford City and Maidstone United. So far, the only game that we really care about is Coventry leading 1-0. Barcelona is also drawing 0-0 against Girona. I think that's a bit of a local rivalry. Okay, in terms of SofaScore line-ups, in terms of why everyone else, 6.78 for Coventry at the moment, 6.3 for Rushworth, which I don't really know, to be honest, what he's done wrong. I don't know why he's been given that, because everything he's done, I think he's done fine. He's just been average. I don't know why he's been given a 6.3, which is normally on the lower end. 6.7 for De Silva. I think he's done decently well in his job in defence. He blocked a shot, which was probably the most important piece of action he's had to do this game. 6.5 for Latabidier, the one who I can't pronounce the name of, so I've been choosing where and when possible not to pronounce the name. I mean, he's done a defensive duty. He's done what he's needed to do, to be honest. 6.6 for Bobby Thomas, for saying can be said for the defensive partnership in Bobby Thomas. They've both just done their job. 6 defensive contributions so far achieved. If I'd say, 1 tackle he's made and he's just won it. 3 clearances, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, 2 recoveries. Decent enough. At the moment, 6.8 for Van Uwijk. Definitely utilised for his long throw-ins, his set-piece prowess rather in that is certainly coming to the fore. 6.9 for Grimes. I think he's done the job where's needed. You know, that sort of few long field passing, which you sort of love to see, really. Some of long field passing has been a bit defensive, ironically. Maybe a few more expected for him, but nevertheless, 6.8 for Onyeka. I think he's not been too bad. I'd like to have seen him do a few more passing, to be honest. He's, for a midfielder, having only had 9 passes attempted with only 6 finding their man, implies to me a very, very quiet game for the player. 6.2 for Mason Clark. That's an awfully low ranking, isn't it? And I mean, definitely that selfish shot he took. I mean, it was a very difficult shot to take. He had one saved, which was a difficult shot to take on a 0.07 xg and a 0.08 xg. Like, neither of the shots he really took were, you know, necessarily ones that you'd expect him to be scoring, but maybe not getting him maybe the positions as much. But I don't think he's actually been as bad as so scored. But 7.6 for Rodoni. He's been ranked the best player so far. I mean, he had the assist, 2 key passes, 1 big chance created, and 1 assist. I mean, for your attacking midfielder, he's done the job, you know, and that's what you sort of pay him to do. His passing has been top rate. 6.9 for Sakamoto. That's too low for me. I think Sakamoto has been absolutely great. 1 big chance created, 2 key passes, 1 out of 2 crosses has been accurate. He's been absolutely mesmerizing in some of the football he's been playing, and the turns and the skill set. He's like a real flashback to sort of back 10 years ago when you used to have players like that. 7.3 for Haji Wright, obviously with the only goal of this half. You know, it was only an XG of a 0.35, so he's overperforming his XG in that regards. I mean, he's very much a hit and miss player, Haji Wright, from what I've been told. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, if you get that meme. 6.5 for Solomon Bryn. I think, to be honest, that goal could have potentially been prevented. I mean, the Sofa Scores says that it's a 0.62, which I don't know if that's good or not. I have no idea what that actually means, but he's only made 1 save all game, to be honest. So he's actually been kept quite quiet. 6.4 for Callum Britton. I don't think he's been too bad, you know. I think maybe defensively not the greatest, but, you know, he's more of a wing back. I don't know. It's an odd one, isn't it? 6.3 for Ayling. He's been credited as being not that good, to be honest. I mean, he was dribble past once. I mean, I don't think he's been bad. He's just not been good. 7.0 for Malanda. He's been related their best player. I have no idea why that is, to be honest. He's only made 6 defensive contributions. I don't know. Maybe the deficit would have been higher because of him, but I don't think he's done that much. 6.6 for Target. I think he's been operated well as a winger, actually, compared to... He's been actually sometimes much further forward than a 6.1 rated McGree. I think that says a lot about McGree, to be honest, this game. 6.7 for Hackney. I think you've sort of come to grown accustomed to expect him to have done a bit better than maybe he has done. 6.8 for Aidan Morris. Decent enough performance from that guy, Welshman. 6.4 for Brown. Not being that enamoured by Brown, to be honest. I think he's just been involved in an absolute scrap. 6.9 for Whittaker. I mean, his shots have been truly dreadful. One of them was blocked, and one of them missed well over the bar. But he hasn't. He's just been taking them as like a glimmer of hope, but not being very conviction-based. Tommy Conway hasn't even taken a single shot, though, so for your number 9, must improve, surely. So, yes, that is this half-time. Scoreline is currently 1-0 to Coventry City. And, it's one of them ones, isn't it? It looks like Coventry's going to win. But, Middlesbrough may come out with fire in their bellies in the second half, and you can never say never. 1-0 is just a bit of a sort of scoreline that is, difficult. And I think you've got to credit Coventry at the moment. Their press. Every single time they're pressing the ball. And that, for me, is where the success for Coventry's actually come from. They're closing down gaps quickly. They're pouncing on mistakes. And I think Middlesbrough are finding that difficult. I think that's what's fair to say. That's what probably the ITV people are saying right now as well. Just with about 20 times more words. Oh, just see the elephant for Coventry walk past on the screen. What an absolute mascot that is, right? I mean, things like that make you want to enjoy football. I mean, get a halftime pie and a half. I mean, that's what it's all there for. Halftime pie, halftime Bovril. The real ones out there. So, yeah. 1-0 to Coventry. I don't think there's much more to say about this half, to be honest. But somehow they're still absolutely whittering on the ITV people. They're probably about to go to an ad break, to be honest. Second half next. Surely there's not many ads then. I think there's probably about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe. Just trying to get my breath back a bit. Talking relentlessly for 45 minutes is not easy. It's now, by the way, 1-0 to Brentford. Not ideal. It's a bit difficult. It was an own goal by Heathcote. Let's just see what it... Just have a look what it looks like on my phone here. And... not great. I think the own goal maybe could have been a bit prevented, to be honest. Yeah. So 1-0 Brentford. Looks like Macclesfield's fairy tale seems to be coming to an end in that one. Second half has started as well. Napoli, Southampton, Chelsea, Mason. Still 0-0 in that one. Early on in the English Women's Super League 2, Crystal Palace women beat Birmingham City 3-1. Prediction video will be out tomorrow at some point in the afternoon. Once I've finished actually compiling what all my predictions are. Hardly even started for that, to be honest. So maybe a bit of a late one tonight, trying to compile some of that together. But I think it's one of the first weekends we've had. There's only a few weekends where you don't really have. To be fair, got Champions League action, I suppose. Got the Champions League plus. Who do we think? How many goals did Newcastle beat Karabakh by? That's the sort of a real question. If they do, I mean, they're not guaranteed right off themselves, to be honest. But that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, every game that we're sort of almost at that final 10 game mark, aren't we, in the championship table? And as it currently stands, Coventry will be going back top of the league if results stay as it is. I mean, Derby, they're in 6th, so I'm delighted, obviously, at the moment. I mean, I don't think we get 6th from the end of the season, surely not. But, we've only got a win at home. If we can continue grinding out wins as we are, decent enough. I mean, we're over 40 points, which means that we are going to pretty much be safe. So relegation's not really on anybody's mind, but 48 points is normally what you say is that threshold. Yeah, we're sort of now appointing that final 10-game stretch, but actually we maybe a few more. We're about 15 games left or so. Between 10 and 15 games left. There's a bit of disparity amongst games played. There's been some postponements and all sorts, really. There's a bit of a debate online raging about whether Monday night kickoffs should be a thing as well. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with Monday night kickoffs. Obviously, we're watching one right now, so. But at the same time, you can argue I'm an armchair fan, but I'm not a fan of either of these two teams. So, and therefore, would we necessarily be watching this game? No, we probably wouldn't. If it wasn't on telly, it's a complicated one. I mean, I prefer if it's free view, then I would definitely agree with it. But that boat seems to have sailed for most games nowadays. I mean, the game might cover some of the live watch-alongs in the America games, but they're going to be quite late. My issue, mostly, is the American World Cup coming up in the summer. So I do like covering international games, but obviously, it's due to such late night nature of it. Will I actually be able to stay awake for that long and become entertaining enough to be able to do it, like watch them? I don't know. To be honest, I mean, I'm really waffling to fill time. We're almost at the second half now, as fans make their way back to their seats for the second half of Championship football. Best league in the world for entertainment factor, I suppose. But as it stands, Coventry will regain their place at top of the league with their 1-0 at half-time. Middlesbrough to kick us off in the second half. Right, come on. Everyone getting in position. Rodoni trying to pick up his opposing number, which I think is McGree. I don't think there's been any changes at half-time, not that I can see. It's taken quickly by Middlesbrough. And again, it's going to be another one of them battles in midfield. Which so far, I think Coventry have definitely been winning. But so far, Middlesbrough have certainly looked livelier. Morgan Whittaker is tumbling over, claiming to be fouled from behind by Grimes. Headed in. Oh, headed just over. Thought I was destined to go in. I thought it was going to be headed in by Morgan Whittaker. I was ready to say headed into the goal, but it's just gone on the top of a roof of a net, to be honest. He's gone tumbling from Matt Grimes. It's a fantastic cross by McGree. It's headed on, and I thought it looked headed goalward, but he's done everything right. It is dipping, but it's just gone onto the roof of the net. He's unfortunate there is Morgan Whittaker. The teams Rushworth, Van Uyck, Lotte Baudet, Thomas De Silva, Grimes, Onyeka in midfield 2. Sakamoto, Rodoni, Mason Clark, and number at the top, number 11 is Haji Wright, who looks like to be the target potentially was for that long pass. For Middlesbrough, they've got Brain in goal. They've got a back four: Britton, Ayling, Melanda, and Target. Brown, Morrison, Hackney in midfield. They seem to have switched to a 4-3-3. There's Whittaker, Conway, McGree, or that's what we're claiming on the score thing here. McGree is a midfielder winger thing. I mean, maybe. I mean, they've switched from a 4-4-2. A bit of a change in lineup this opening half. The second half rather. Hackney has it now, surveying his options and just keeps it in midfield. Near side now with Target. He's got Sakamoto to beat, but decides to go backwards. That's really, really entertaining to Morris, man. Aidan Morris, I believe, has it now. Trying to unlock the pass forward with Conway. Middlesbrough certainly looking more lively in the second half. Melanda with it now. Back to Ayling. Oh, crunching tackle by Sakamoto, but I think it was a clean one, to be honest. I mean, he has gone rolling on the floor, and it is going to be a yellow card, actually, to Sakamoto. I'm not sure, actually, why he's waited so long and then decided to give a yellow card. I mean, that's quite interesting. Aidan Morris has the ball, by the way. He's just standing over his teammate. I think Sakamoto will be in the book for this, but I don't know if he did much wrong, to be honest. He's gone in heavy with a tackle. He has sort of carried on going through, maybe, but let's see. I mean, Sakamoto's tried to get the ball and he slipped, I think. I don't think there's necessarily was much malice in that. I think he's unlucky, maybe, to get a yellow card. I mean, he's even got the ball, but he slipped. That's the thing. I don't think he intended it, so it made it look a lot worse than it was in that regard. Middlesbrough pump the ball forward. Sakamoto now with it, hoofing it clear. Redoni's trying to battle, but comes off second best to Masala and Mandela, rather. I can't remember. Anyway, Ayling's got it now. He'll go long downfield and flicked on aerially by McGree. He was certainly playing much higher forward in this second half. I would agree with that. Mandela with it now. Dragged back to Hackney. And Sakamoto might be able to get this. No, that target comes away with it. Much more shorter, crisper passes now for Middlesbrough. Certainly looking better. Brown with it now. But is forced to go backwards by Sakamoto, with Hackney now trying to find the key pass to progress it through the field. Now off on the opposite side with Callum Britton with space to run into. Mason Clark puts the tackle in to get it out for a throw-in. Good tackle, I would suggest, by the winger. That one, Nesto, he's just bowled his opposite number over there, just tumbling into Hackney. Just using his strength, really. Was that Onyeka, actually, I think, potentially? Was it? Yeah, Onyeka's just absolutely shoved him with his shoulders. And I think it was Matt Grimes, maybe on the follow-up, has gone and lunged in as well. The captain for Coventry. Morgan Whittaker over this. Hooked forward and on. But too much is on it. Mason Clark has let it run out for a throw-in in a very defensive position, right? Oh. 50 minutes gone then, 1-0 to Coventry, although Middlesbrough have looked much more lively this second half. What happened to the ball, which was literally just there, I do not know. But Newick with it, who will presumably try and pile drive this as far as possible down the pitch. He's thrown almost half the length of the pitch there. That's very impressive. Thomas flicks it up. And very well, calmly collated with Mandela there. Out wide to Britton, who's got plenty of space to run at. Found a good pass there, and it's straight into the arms of Rushworth. There was an onrushing Whittaker there. Rushworth bowling it out, telling Sakamoto just run. Sakamoto's got plenty of space, but has no options. That is part of the problem. He's just sort of ran in field there and try and find just that bit of space, but it's just so much gaps between the forward three there. So it looks like they're playing more of a 4-3-3 at the moment, which is very peculiar, because I wouldn't have suspected them to have necessarily gone that way, but I would suggest that maybe they have. Redoni is applying a lot of pressure. As a number 5, he's acting almost like a centre forward at the moment, which is very odd. Hackney with it. goes on to his right. And bowls into the back, but Morgan Whittaker still has it, but he's pickpocketed there by De Silva. And Redoni trying to pull it past, but he's just surrounded by players, and it will go all the way back to Bryn in goal for Middlesbrough. Not a lot you can say about that, I'm afraid. 91% possession by way for Middlesbrough in the last 5 minutes of the game. Coventry have hardly had a touch. It's obviously their game to lose now, currently 1-0 up, but you'd like possession a bit more, especially at home. In midfield at the moment with Middlesbrough, just sort of content to soak up a bit of a pressure. Ayling's flicking it out near side with Target. He was flicked onto Conway. Van Nieuwijk is trying to get beyond him, but can't quite. And it's to Morris in midfield. Listen forward onto Target. But it's clear that's not a good enough pass to me. It's managed to be poked away by Coventry. Mundala here to Target. He'll cut back to Hackney. Hackney will run forward. He's seen a run here, but not quite good enough to McGree. Hackney with it, straight at the goalkeeper. Rushworth hardly even needed to move for that. That was a horrendous shot, in all honesty. I mean, he had his back to goal, but I suppose he wouldn't have known where he was. But somehow Coventry at the other end of the pitch and just scored, by the way. While they were showing that replay, stupid ITV. On the other end, Hadji Wright has just made it 2. Flipping heck, I had no idea what happened. All I saw was Hadji Wright was then just bearing down and goal and scored from it. Wow. If you're in the ground, you'd know much better what happened there from when my witness here, thousands of miles away, it feels like, in Newcastle. But it was a long goal kick by Hadji Wright. Not by Rushworth. Hadji Wright just run onto it and got past his men and just slotted it home. That is Route 1 through and through, to be honest. I have never seen a more clear-cut through like Route 1 football. Luke Ayling wasn't anywhere near him. Couldn't even make a tackle, to be honest. It's just so, so calm, cool, and collated. Like, that is incredible. 2-0 to Coventry. If you wanted Route 1 football through and through, that is what it is. Doug King is absolutely delighted by that. I'm sure, watching on him in technical area. Or his director's box or wherever he is. Hospitality. Great result so far for the Sky Blues. 2-0. Now, there's a lot more urgency for Middlesbrough. And Hackney is fuming that the goalkeeper was in his way there. Not the goalkeeper, the referee rather was in his way. So he just ran into him. But, yeah, he's definitely the ref. Should be a drop ball, and it is. But the momentum was certainly with Middlesbrough in that regard. Ayling pushing it down the channels for Britain, infield to McGree, flicking up over, trying to find Whittaker. Can't quite. Thomas knocks it out for a throw-in. Much more urgency and higher tempo now by Middlesbrough. But again, dispossessed. And this time, the Coventry again will break. And this is where things become dangerous because, well, actually, they're not because Hackney's just dispossessed. But the thing is, there was an opportunity there to go 2 versus 2 because the game is stretching. Because as Middlesbrough need to get back into this, they leave themselves vulnerable in defence. But Target with it now. Oh, that was a bad choice to probably head it down like that. But again, not good enough passing, to be honest, from Middlesbrough's standpoint. But it's going to be a foul. I'm not sure how Middlesbrough McGree is even protesting any different, to be honest. We're just floating every single person on the team. I mean, we're looking at a replay of that goal, by the way. Rushworth piling it on. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. Route one through and through. That's such a long goal kick as well. Bryn and Ayling absolutely fuming at each other, but like, to be honest, I don't think it was really either their fault. It's just a beautiful goal to deliver Route 1 style. Right, I have no idea what's going on. I think there's been a sub. Brown's coming off, as is Morgan Whittaker. Alan Brown and Morgan Whittaker coming off for Sarmiento and Strelec. Sarmiento, a good player. Bryn just sort of hooking that up, and Matt Target has found it, but Redoni calling the fans to action, really, while giving away a throw in. It's a difficult task now that they have Middlesbrough. Really have to push the game. Don't think really Haji Wright expected that. It's been given as offside. But that was an odd decision as well. Because that's almost of a halfway line is an offside decision. Like, how often does that happen, I suppose? Not that often, really. Aidan Morris. Hayden Hackney goes out with Luke Ayling. Now opportunity to use a bit of space, but it's well covered at the moment by Onyeka. But it was a bit of vulnerable there, but cleared behind by, I think it was Van Uyck. Fritton taking a throw. Sarmiento with a bit of action. Poor ball there, and Onyeka has it. He's just absolutely tumbled over, but done a great pass at the same time. And Redoni's done a spin, and Redoni's in space here. Redoni can get a crossover to Haji Wright. Oh, it's cleared well by Mandela there. That was a possibility there of getting free. And you're calling players to come a bit closer. He used to have a long throw, to be honest. But, not this time. Showing his diversity in throwing such pieces. It's almost like watching Stoke City about 10 years ago. Also, when they have a Peter Crouch sort of era. Maybe it was even over 10 years. But Peter Crouch to lap for sort of long throws. Maybe even longer than 10 years now. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Sort of very effective football. We're seeing a bit again now. Luke Ayling out wide to Britton. Oh, he duped him there. He goes in field instead. Hackney got plenty of light blue shirts in front of him. Sarmiento just gets his pocket picked by Grimes, but Grimes' showing pass isn't good enough. It goes all the way to a goalkeeper in Bryn. Sarmiento lays it off. Luke Ayling with it now. To Hackney. Coming forward is Skiot. Is that the number 13 who got brought on? I can't remember how to pronounce this. Something like that. A substitute. It's maybe a double substitution. McGree to Target. Out wide to Morris. In field to Hackney. Back to Morris. He's running away from his defender in field. He goes back out wide again, this time with Hackney. We'll play it to Target, who's put a cross in, headed away by Thomas. Great work there. It's picked up by Ridoni. He's got 3 red shirts all around him, and it's gone out for a throw-in. But not bad in the slightest for Coventry at the moment. Just over an hour in, we're about 63 minutes in. It's 2-0 Coventry at the CBS Arena. Another long throw. But Luke Ayling comes away with it, but dispossessed by Grimes. And Sacramento is going well there. And it's just dragged wide by Haji Wright, who's looking for the hat-trick. Sacramento has done absolutely incredible, in my opinion. But Haji Wright will get the headlines for the goals, but he's dragged it wide there. On Russian McGree. It's going to be a 2 versus 4, but yeah, Coventry can defend back in numbers. Out wide with number 9 for Middlesbrough. Morris comes in. Flicked on Sarmiento, comes off the post and cleared. Very, very lucky for Coventry's perspective. Unlucky maybe for Middlesbrough. I thought Sarmiento had scored there, to be honest. It was incredible. Morris just runs forward, flicks past a few people, and Sarmiento just glanced his chance, seeing the goalkeeper not in the greatest position, but it's just come off the post. He's unlucky, Sarmiento. But he is telling the Middlesbrough fans to get behind them. As he got a throw in here, target. 8 shots to Coventry to 9 to Middlesbrough, by the way. It's a very even game in that regard, but only 3 shots on targets to Coventry to 1 for Middlesbrough. Like, says a bit more about the quality. It's less about the quantity, it's more about quality, isn't it? Targets heads it down in an offensive position. Hackney goes for it now, and it's a shot wide. Thing is, now they're just taking a bit more desperation in the shot, I suppose. But we know Hackney can do it from distance, and it wasn't far over, to be honest, but it was curling away from goal as well. 65 minutes in. And it looks like Coventry are going to be making a substitute soon. But Middlesbrough have it again. Luke Ayling with it. Going out wide to Britton. He's trying to go in for a pass, but Thomas hooks it away. Target. Slowing it right down. Not what you need to be doing at the moment. Hackney. Ayling has got space to run into, but he's not the most paciest player. He's decided to go out wide to Callum Britton, but dispossessed far too easily there. And Onyeka is claiming to be fouled, I think. But, so no. It's not Onyeka anyway. It was Mason Clark, I think. Absolute Sarmiento with it now. Dispossessed again. Good defensive work at the moment from Coventry. Hooked on far field. Yeah, I mean, it would have been ridiculous because even if it did find Haji Wright, I mean, he's got no one in support. Middlesbrough have it in midfield. All their players barring one is in front of him at the moment. Gone forward. Loose ball there. Not great, to be honest. Target. He's back with Target. He's going across. Hackney. Across to Britton, who'll deliver across there, and it's a shot. It's a blocked, and it's a goal. It's unfortunate for Coventry they've not kept a clean sheet, and Middlesbrough are right back into this tie. It is McGree to have scored it. But yeah, it was very much... It was all a bit basic, to be honest. It's an initial shot by Hackney, pass to Hackney going to Britton. It's a shot by Morris, I think. It was deflected. Unfortunately, maybe for Middlesbrough into the path of McGree, who's just done an excellent shot into the back of a net there, as most of the defenders were covering the other side. It's a very fortunate maybe deflection for Middlesbrough in hindsight, but McGree was in the right space. It's going to be a double substitution for Coventry City, which, yeah, Mason Clark coming off. That's the end of his day. And Radoni's coming off as well. Interesting shake-up going forward. We've now only got 1 goal advantage. Eccles and Romain Esse are the players coming on. Romain Esse, a very good player at this level. A generally lonely transfer. Coventry pumping it forward with Eccles, with first piece of action here. He's gone for a shot and it's behind for a corner. Sarmiento's complaining about something. I'm not sure what entirely. Maybe offside. Didn't look like it. All the Middlesbrough players are complaining about something. The Eccles, the sort of dupe target who's with that. He's done a shot and Alvarez handball. I would suggest that's handball, to be honest. Target, I think, is very lucky not to have been given away handball for that, because, to be honest, the reason it's gone out for a corner is it's hit his hand, which is in a very unnatural position. Not sure entirely what the referees think's happened there. There's no VAR at this level, of course. It's a yellow card. It seems to be for Rayleigh, but I would assume it's target, and I think it's a penalty. No, Luke Ayling's one with a yellow card. Maybe for dissent? Don't know, but it is going to be a penalty either way for Coventry. And obviously, it's going to be Hadji Wright to take it. I mean, he's on a penalty. If he scores this, he gets a hat-trick, so... The last 5 penalties, he has not missed a single one. He scored all 5. They all tend to be sort of roughly to the inner left, bit of, on his angle anyway. He's got another one here. Takes a slow run up, and he scored. Bottom corner, cool and composed as you like. 3-1 to Coventry, and a hat-trick for Hadji Wright, who will claim, inevitably now, the headlines in tomorrow's newspapers. But hat-trick Hadji, as they say. Well, Hadji's hat-trick, but he has had a truly delightful game. It must be said. He has been your iconic target man throughout it all, to be honest. I mean, who else was going to take this penalty other than Hadji Wright in this situation? I mean, the goalkeeper went the right way, but it went so far into the corner. There was no way the goalkeeper was going to get there. And I'm sure Frank Lampard's absolutely ecstatic about his team's 3-1 at the moment. Maybe he could be nitpicking about the 1 goal against him, but you know what? It was, for me, probably a bit of an unlucky deflection. Luke Ayling back to the mountain to climb down for Middlesbrough. The head will really and truly be down with 3 goals conceded. Outstuck leg by Matt Grimes has impeded someone going forward, and so he's been given a yellow card. I think he's almost actually come off injured himself because of that. That's made me a dive, I wasn't convinced about that. It went down a long way after the claiming of contact. The referees bought that a bit. But Coventry don't care. They're 3-1 up. Although, obviously, if Middlesbrough score from here, throws the game wide open again, doesn't it? And Hackney will take it. We know he's got a good set piece prowess. It's cleared by Coventry. Hooked up there in the air by Middlesbrough, but it's cleared again by Coventry. And Bryn will have it. Good day at the CBS for Frank Lampard's men, I would argue. 73 minutes in and it's 3-1. A very good game for the neutral maybe as well. I would say entertaining, real end-to-end stuff, but Coventry have just been much better in the final third, really, when they've had the opportunity and have won that midfield battle, which I talked was so vital to win at the start of this game. They are going forwards, and if somehow it's been kept in by the number 13 for Middlesbrough, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Great work by that substitute. I think it's called Starek, something like that. And it's another change for Coventry City. Number 16 coming off of Onyeda. And I think it's number 29 coming on. I couldn't quite tell who it was, but Onyeka coming off. Who's replacing Onyeka? It's going to be Victor Torp. Well, he's known for a phenomenal long strike. I can tell you that. He can shoot from a long distance. Callum Britton with it now. It's hit forward by Target, but somehow and got to Britton. Not sure how, but it's just gone into the side netting it, to be honest. Romain Esse seems to have been pulling something. He's not moving 100% right, to be honest. But I think it's fine for him enough to play on. It's just doesn't seem. He seems to have tweaked something. Middlesbrough not really too sure what to do, I suppose, at this moment in time. Your tactics haven't worked. I mean, it's hard to play up against this Coventry team when they're so much on their day at the moment. It's hooked up and on field, and McGree will get this, but it's an uncontrollable header, really. And Coventry can effectively deal with it, and Eccles pushes it on. How do you like battling? How do you like winning? And Sacramento going for it. It's now out on the far side with De Silva. He's got to try and beat. Well, he doesn't. De Silva's the one who's going to be tracking him. Romain Esse manages. Does he win his team a corner? I'm not quite sure. That one. It's between him and Britton, and I think he has won his team a corner. Good work. Is he French? I think so. But it's going to be another opportunity here to make it 4. The first bit of action we're going to see from a newly brought on 29 Victor Torp. Brought on a matter of 30 seconds or so ago, and he's hooked it in. It's great. It's all a bit of a scramble. And unfortunately, a foul by that Luc Niente guy. Third choice centre-back or whatever. Luke Haling's running forward, but that's a poor pass. Sacramento has it. Sacramento's got it now. It's off to Eccles. Eccles goes diving down under what he's claiming to be a challenge, but it's not given. I don't know if that was Josh. I think it was Josh. It may have been Victor Torp, actually, in retrospect. Going forward here with number 2, Callum Britton. He's gone safe backwards, really. Not great. Going forward, Mandela goes to Hackney. Just content to keep the possession at the moment. Pushing it through the middle. Morris to Ayling. Bit of a scrap, and it's well saved and held on to by Rushworth there. I mean, makes it look easy a bit, I suppose. But yeah, it was really not going to challenge him from there. A free kick for Middlesbrough. Midfield, I'm not quite sure for what. We were having a replay while it was happening. Luke Ayling with it now. Goes forward. Hackney, I believe. Sarmiento. Goes back to Hackney. He takes on the player, goes into the penalty area. McGree's got it now. Sarmiento with it. He's done a dummy. Gone down over what he claims to be a challenge, but it's not been given. There's a chance for Coventry to break here. Van Newick powering down this near side. Flicks it over. Surely can't be McGree in this position. Van Newick can't really believe what's happened there. He's been given a foul, but I'm not sure why. I don't think he even made contact. Coming forward, Morris. Out on the right-hand side, back to Morris. Ayling with it now to Sarmiento. To Target. Back to Mandela. That Target's got options. Plays to Conway, but gets it back. It's cleared up in the air by the number 22 for Coventry. It's flicked on. Headed up by Haji Wright. It goes out to Romain Esse, who's got to deal with Hackney behind him. Looks like Coventry are making a fourth substitution, as are Middlesbrough looking like they're going to be making a substitution as well. Conway is coming off. And he's making way for... Let's see what I did there. Calisini. Adding that injection of pace into the team. I think Coventry are going to hold off on their substitute for a more advantageous position. About 10 minutes left to go in this game, and it's 3-1 to Coventry. Surely the game's seen out at this point. You can never say never. Morris with it now. Plays the ball forward, but it's overpowered, and Thomas just passes back to Rushworth, who will slice it downfield. It's gone out for a throw-in and into the Coventry bench. Callum Britton has it. There'll be a double substitution for Coventry, I think, at this throw-in opportunity, which will be all 5 their substitutions. The number 7 is coming off of the number 24. And Haji Wright's day, I believe, is over as well. Markello is coming on. For Wright, who, let's not forget, has scored a hat-trick today. Incredible performances from the big lad. In almost every single thing he's done, he's been well up to it. So, surely man of the match. And Sakamoto is coming off as well. Someone who I've also think has been absolutely meant today for Ellis Sims. He was also a bit of a hit and miss player. Is Sims. Ayling powers it forward, headed it on by McGree, but that header is wayward and off target and has gone out behind for a goal kick. Sakamoto, I think, maybe between Sakamoto and Wright for giving man of the match for me, but I think You would have to say for the hat-trick, surely Wright would be the player to be getting it. But either way, Coventry well deserving of a win if they get it. Which we still got time to play. But Rushworth will take it. Headed up by Sims. To remain essay. Well, it's a whole new forward attacking intent of players here. A whole new front four from one game which we started with. I think Sacramento's having a year's zoo. There you go. Why we need to know that? We probably don't. Hackney with it in midfield for Middlesbrough. And wide to Ayling, who cuts it back to Hackney. Hackney whipping it out far to an on-rushing target, but no power in that shot. I don't know if it was a power come shot. It was a bit of an odd one, to be honest. Coventry have it now. They're going forward with Van Uyck. Sims playing awfully deep. Cross to Torp, who loses possession. Eccles or Torp, I can't quite see it. There's 28 and 29. I mean, very, very similar. It's hard to tell which one it was. Hackney has it now. Not Hackney, sorry, it's Niento. We're just so used to Luke Ayling and Hackney exchanging passes, but it's odd to see him with someone else. Morris. He's done all right, actually, this game. In the second half, anyway. McGree, surrounded by blue shirts, had to play a defensive option, therefore. Out wide with Sarmiento. Cuts it back. Hackney passing it on to McGree. It's a difficult shot, and it's saved by Rushworth. It was always difficult. There were several blue shirts in front of him. And he's just sort of snatched a bit at that. Rushworth claimed it. 5 minutes left of ordinary time. 3-1 to Coventry City. Mandala to Hackney. Out to Ayling. He's going to run at it. Still got pace to burn by the looks of it. But, that's a sloppy pass there by Coventry, and Middlesbrough continue their attack. It's out wide. It's cutting in here, and it's a difficult one, but Coventry seem to have coped with it for now. Without even Romain Esse coming in to do some defensive work, potentially. Or is it that other guy who was brought on who I can't even remember the name of right now? Who was that other guy called which they brought on just a matter of a few minutes ago? I can't remember. Anyway, Hackney with it. Luke Ayling. Going forward, Sarmiento. Out wide. It's cutting back by Callum Britton to Hayne Hackney at the moment. Hooked back out wide to Britton. Very much the iconic wing-back play at the moment by Middlesbrough. Two very different styles of play, to be honest. Headed up, headed on, and I think there's been a foul or a head injury, a clash of heads there in the Coventry penalty area. I mean, I don't know what happens in that situation. One of them was Matt Target involved. But Target's certainly one, I think, who came off worse out of the two in that. But it's no one's fault. They both went for the ball. I'm sure Lampard inwardly is delighted, although he's not showing it much on his face at the moment. Just calm and composed. Ellis Sims has headed it on to Hackney, to be honest. That's not the greatest head I've ever seen. Long ball. McGree's got it now. Tracking back in defence is Van Nieuwijk, who's done a great job there. Doing his defensive work very well is the Dutchman. He's needed to do that. And he slid in and timed the sliding tackle to absolute perfection as well. Incredible piece of defensive work. It's a corner for Middlesbrough then. Headed downward and in, and that's somehow Seke has not scored that. Rushworth claiming it. I thought Sene was destined to get that in. It's headed down by. I mean, Sene's in an offside position anyway. To be honest. So even if it went in the back of the net, it would not have mattered. Rushworth to take this goal kick. Long downfield. Middlesbrough's claimed it and a quick counter attack, but it's gone all the way back to Rushworth. Sene's pressure and pace might be. I mean, Rushworth always was going to pick that up, wasn't he? He was just going to waste a bit of time. He's gone long and high. Can Romain Esse get his head on that? He can't. Sarmiento's challenging and Sarmiento's winning. Goes infield to McGree. Sarmiento's now running onto it. Last-ish attack sort of by Middlesbrough, really. Hackney whipping across in. Not great by the number 13. Strelic. And it's defended well by Coventry, really. Combination of poor attack and good defence, to be honest. Sims battling and losing. Ayling's now running forward. There's only two centre-backs, really, who are even considering to be in their own half. And Hackney is operating almost as a free-roaming player all over the shop, to be honest. And it's now with targets, and it's back to Hackney. Hackney coming in field. Passing it to Morris. It's gone through a crowd, and it's well blocked by somebody in the country. I think it's Thomas. 6 minutes of added time. That's a heck of a lot of added time. I think Coventry will be happy to see this game over and done with, to be honest. Luke Ayling, long pass, blocked. It's flicked up by Esse. Dealt with Moninella to Ayling. Morris. Infield pass is cleared away again by Eccles, I think it was. It's not done much since he's come on, to be honest. Hackney out wide. It's back to Hackney. Forward it goes McGree. McGree's pass forward, trying to think Strenick, but it's gone to Rushworth, who will waste a bit of time. Hooking it downfield. Could we get for that to SA, but it's come to Sims. That is going to be a foul against Torp, almost certainly. Yeah, I would suggest Middlesbrough are making a further change, which seems absolutely ridiculous at this point, bringing Matt Target off. Why are you making changes at this point in proceedings? Absolutely ridiculous. McGree's coming off as well. Not sure why that stumped me a bit. Finley Monroe and Sontje Hansen coming on. No idea who either of these two players are. Maybe to give a bit of academy experience. I don't know who they are. I really don't. I know a lot of football. No idea. Hooked forward. And you could have almost broken there, Middlesbrough. but couldn't quite. Thrown by Van Uyck, who will just waste a bit more time. Flicked on by McGrimes to Sims, but Sims not done good enough in the head of him there, in my opinion. Sene dealt with well in midfield. Actually, I think there's been a foul awarded and given to Coventry. A free kick, that is. Matt Grimes with it. It was Rob Edwards at the beginning of the season in charge of Middlesbrough. He went to Wolves. For what I think was quite an odd decision from his viewpoint anyway. Hackney with it now, having a tussle with SA. SA is giving away a foul in the process. Hackney with it now. Hooked it on and forward, and that's going to be way too much. That's out for a goal kick. He will take his sweet time. Where are the ball boys? Is what all Middlesbrough fans will be questioning, and I, to be honest, I have no idea. Haji Wright, I believe, has been given player of the match. Or man of the match. Whatever you want to call it. And Coventry are singing their hearts out. Happy to have seen their team win. Because of there's a minute and a half. There's no way they're going to score 2 goals at this point, Middlesbrough. Especially not when it's a throw-in their defensive half. I mean, it's been a fantastic game to watch, hasn't it? Sene. With a number 15, was that Monroe or that more Danish sounding one? I have no idea who he is. Sonche something, I think. No, that one is Monroe. I think actually I might have heard of Finley Monroe. I think he's on loan, but I can't remember who from. Sene coming forward. Someone's going to probably comment who it is. Here it is now with Callum Britton, but it's snuffed out by Coventry. They go forward again. Sims in a battle with Ayling, which Ayling is always going to win, to be honest. Ayling's got such good physicality. I mean, there's 15 seconds left and it's in a defensive half. There's nothing that Middlesbrough are going to be able to do at this point, to be honest. Mandala. Ayling. And incisive, good interception cutting in there by Van Uyck. Great performance. I mean, it should be full time, surely, at this point. I know there was a couple of substitutions. Maybe that was it. But, I mean, it's not long till full time anyway. Sarmiento. Monroe's taken a snatch shot. And it's well wide. If that's all he's offering, I'm not seeing much. Recording this historic moment, maybe. Maybe this is the win that will enable Coventry to win the championship title. There's still a long way to go, so don't count your chickens, but it's a good win for the Sky Blues at home and Frank Lampard's Coventry City, as the media will inevitably dub it, but a very good result. If you have a 91% midfield, kick over them all. Well, that is very much the case. Go on, Cov, from a West Ham fan. Debut for Noah Martello. Do you know him? No. I don't know who Noah Martello is. Did he come on? But anyway, in terms of sofa scores, Carl Rushworth in goal at 66.5. He's even had an assist to his name. I mean, he did concede one goal, but there wasn't much else he could have done, to be honest. I thought it was decent enough performance from the Brighton and Hove Albion loanee. 7.1 for Jada Silva. I think I said Josh De Silva at one point. I think that might be a decent player. But decent enough, he was good enough, sort of coming in, blocking crosses, sort of things, a lot of clearances, 4 recoveries, 4 clearances, sort of things. 1 block shot. 6.1 or 6.2 for Latibidier. Vigizo I would not pronounce because, that name is a mouthful. But he made 8 defensive contributions. I don't know why he's been given a 6.2, to be honest. That feels very harsh. I mean, he's not made many passes. Maybe that's why. I don't know. That feels awfully harsh. 6.6 for Bobby Thomas. Did the job. That's what my opinions of Bobby Thomas this game. 7 clearances, 12 defensive contributions in all. Very decent performance-wise. 7.1 for Van Uwijk. I thought he was a very good player on wings. His throw-ins, his last-ditch defence-wise. I think sometimes employed a bit more of the wing-back, maybe. 6.8 for Matt Grimes. And yeah, I think, you know what, his rating went down a bit. He was rated very highly in the first half, not so much in the second half. I think he went a bit more quiet. 6.9 for Onyeka. I mean, he got a yellow card, and that's really the only thing I can say about him in this game. 6.3 for Mason Clark. Wasn't necessarily the most physical of presences. His shooting was well, he only had 2 shots, but didn't hit the target with either of them. 7.2 for Rodoni. Thought he was good enough. He had an assist to his name. He, controlled that attacking midfield. He did a very good number 10 sort of job, even though he's number 5. 7 is Sakamoto. It's not 7.0 was as well. Not only was he 7 number, but 7 in ranking. 3 key passing, 1 big chance created. I thought he did very good job, actually. He sort of very technically gifted player. Obviously, the man of the match, 9.7. I think that's one of the highest sofa score ratings I've ever seen for Haji Wright with a hat-trick. Everything just went right for him today, didn't it? Absolutely everything. You really can't critique his performance-wise. He had 5 shots in total, 3 of them converted. Great performance. From the bench, 6.6 Romain Esse. He sort of came up a bit of everywhere. He did a bit of defensive work. It's probably actually more defensive work than going forward at times. Josh Eccles on a 6.5. Didn't do much, just sort of standard defensive midfield display. To be honest, hardly did anything. He was only on for 20 minutes. Maybe enough to probably make a bit more of an impact. Victor Torp on a 6.7. He took I think he took a corner, which was well delivered, or wasn't that well delivered, rather. But yeah, again, not that much from that lad. 6.7 for Ellis Sims. Thought he could have been a bit more better in the control in the air, if I'm nitpicking, which I obviously am in this regard. 6.4 for Markello. I don't really know who Noah Markello is. I got told by Simon Carter, my dad, that it was his debut. He was brought from Zurich. I don't really know who he is, but he didn't do much. He was only on for 8 minutes. Hard to judge, really, on a 6.4. For Middlesbrough, 6.3 for Bryn. Well, when he conceded 3 goals, that's sort of inevitable. 6.4 for Britain. I don't know. I don't think he was the worst. Maybe defensively could have been a bit better. He didn't block a single shot. He 9 defensive contributions. Yeah, maybe could have done a bit better than that. 6.2 for Luke Ayling. Maybe he is ailing in both age and physicality because he was not good enough, I think, in terms of the often beaten for pace. Ayling looked to Bryn looked to Ayling for one of the goals there of who was to blame. Probably both of them. 6.8 for Malanda, or whatever I've been calling him this entire game. Fair few clearances, to be honest, actually. 8 clearances. He was a decent centre-back. 5.8 for Matt Targett. That's unfair. I'm telling you, I don't care about his defensive statistics, whether it has resulted in him being dribbled past once. I know he committed the penalty for that blatant, flagrant handball, and surprised he didn't get a yellow card for it. But to be honest, he was better going forward, although, to be fair, not as good as Britain going forward, maybe. Brown on a 6.1 didn't do a great deal, to be honest. Most of his passing was short. Morris on a 6.7, I thought he was much better. He was your typical midfield. He was sort of everywhere, making several passes, cross-field passes, all sorts. One key pass. Out of the 90 passes he made, 82 were accurate. Very decent midfield display. 7.7 for Hackney. Well, he sort of recovered it, didn't he? Very, very good midfield performance. Was sort of a bit of a free roamer in a sense, but he was good at it. 7.2 for McGree, he scored. That's decent enough. He was moved a bit further forward in the second half, which clearly had the desired impact as he did score. He also had 2 key passes, and his one cross was accurate. Very good display from that guy. 6.6 for Whittaker. Bit too ambitious in the shots, to be honest, and he came off for Strelic in the 59th minute. Had 3 shots, and they all, in some way, didn't hit the target. 6.9 for Conway. Bit of a similar situation there. He didn't actually even have a single shot. Not what you want from your number 9. Sarmiento on a 6.4. From what I've heard, maybe his reputation wasn't as warranted as it was. 6.6 was Strelec. I thought he was actually fairly decent when he came on in an attacking sense. He occasionally popped up. He had 1 shot, which was saved. It wasn't a very easy shot to make, mind. Kellicini on a 6.4. He had pace, but that's about it. He was offside. That's all I can remember. Munro and Hansen haven't been given ratings. Thank you very much for watching. We'll quickly check in the other one. It was 1-0 full time to Brentford. So Macclesfield's dream run in the FA Cup has come to the end. And Chelmsford City versus Maidstone United ended in a 1-1 draw. Probably viewed more drop points for Maidstone in that one. But thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're new around here. That will be hugely appreciated. We'll be back for my predictions video tomorrow. So I'll see you all then, or at some other video. See you next time. Goodbye for now.